Hey people, welcome to the Unconventional Engineer podcast where we dive into the messy, beautiful world of growing up in the 21st century, Gen Z style. I'm your host KJ, and today we're talking about a concept that might sound a bit counterintuitive, but trust me, it's a game changer. Faking it till you make it, the art of adulting 101. I really think I should write a book on this title, it sounds pretty interesting. Anyway, let's face it, people. We live in a world that constantly bombards us with images of perfectly seeming lives. You know, the ones with the dream jobs, the flawless couple goals, the influencer lifestyle, the vacations. Why does TikTok do this to us? And I mean, it's easy to just start feeling like we are falling behind and we should have everything figured out by now as young adults. But the truth is, nobody has it all figured out. We are literally all just winging it, trying to navigate this crazy thing called adulthood one day at a time. And I mean, it's okay. It's completely fine to feel a little lost sometimes. It's part of the journey. But the problem is, we often put too much pressure on ourselves to have all the answers, to be perfect, to have it all together. And when life eventually hits us hard, we beat up ourselves and feel like failures. But here's the secret, come close. You see, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to learn and to grow and to keep moving forward. Of course, there'll be bad days, but we fall down and get back up. That's the whole idea. And I mean, sometimes that means faking it until you make it 100% certain. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Now, full disclaimer, before you think I'm encouraging you to live a lie, let me clarify. Faking it isn't about being deceitful or pretending to be someone you're not. You see, it's about embracing a mindset that empowers you to step outside of your comfort zone and grow into the person you want to be. Okay, so how does this faking it magic really work? Well, for starters, it all starts with your mind. You need to act as if you're already confident or competent or knowledgeable, and you eventually trick your brain into believing it because this in turn can actually boost your actual confidence or even reduce anxiety or make you more likely to take action and pursue your goals. But fair warning, it's not about fooling yourself. You see, faking it also sends signals to the people around you. Because when you project confidence, even if it's fake, obviously, people are more likely to trust you, to respect you, and offer you opportunities. And as you step into those opportunities, you are supposed to gain real world experience and naturally start to develop the skills and knowledge you were initially faking in quotes. Now I know what you're saying, but KG, isn't this just a fancy way of saying fake it till you make it? But yes, I mean that's the whole idea. What else are we talking about here? Well, yes and no. See, the phrase faking it till you make it has often been associated with dishonesty and or pretending to be someone you're not. But in the context of adulting, I prefer to think of it as a tool for personal growth and development. Now then, how do you actually fake it? Now, this is the interesting part. For any extroverts, this portion of the work should not come difficult because for you, you are just acting as you would. You're basically acting like you know what you're talking about. Yes, it's almost like raising your way through, but just be your normal self. Like when I say your normal self, I mean be confident, work with confidence, like without a care in the world. I mean, the world is your oyster. At least that's what you need everyone to think. Keep appearances, yes. And just a funny side note, there's this thing I do for good first impressions anywhere I go. My work colleagues like to call me the Dre King. Forgive me, my tree is terrible, but Dre as in DW. Which basically means I'm all over the place. I know it's all a good amount of pride, that kind of thing. But you see, that's my coping mechanism, especially when I'm like freaking out inside and no one sees it. That's how I actually fake it. But of course, I mean, I know my stuff. Let's establish that fact. I definitely won't find me slacking. No. Now back to the shy introverts. You see, this part is going to be difficult for you. Now for you, the whole idea of faking it means you need to come out of your shell, and unfortunately I don't have tips for you because the whole embodiment of faking it is being confident. So the next time I'll see the basic requirements for faking it is being extroverted or at least having a good long-lasting social battery, as you people call it. Now, faking it can be applied to almost all spheres of life, workplace culture, finances, which by the way is very hard to pull off, friendships, relationships, everywhere really. I'll touch on these sectors in the future episode because I don't want this episode to be any longer than it is now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The bottom line of adulting, faking it. So there you have it, my friends. Go out there and fake it henceforth. Wow, that sounds like pretty terrible advice if you listen. My goodness. But yeah, that's all for this episode. This has been the Unconventional Engineer podcast, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.